Just give me 1 second, guys. Just as qualifying has just now ended, but I do apologise for that. Give me a second. TNRL. Give me 1 second. As I just shared the stream round, but I just realised today is not a endurance race, it is actually a sprint race. There we go, that's better. So, good evening, guys. Welcome to Thursday Night Racing League. How are we doing? Yes, of course, Hoppers is back in the commentary box. How are we doing, guys? How is everyone? And good evening to and good morning or afternoon to our adoring fans of Thursday Night Racing League. This is the PlayStation 4 lobby from Kyalarmi in South Africa. It looks like they've had a thunderstorm during qualifying, as one of the guys is actually just gone into pit lane, which unfortunately I'm not going to control the grid for this evening, but once we get through the formation lap, I'm allowed to do that. I've just joined at the wrong time, but qualifying has just finished. Looks like DZ Karting has now gone into pit lane, as he forgot to press that he's going to be racing. But as I say, looking at I don't know exactly the grid, but maybe I can't actually view the grid either, so I do apologise. A bit late, missed qualifying 1 for the first of 2 35-minute sprint racings, but it is good to be back in the commentary box after having time out from the previous sprint race at Zolder around 2 weeks ago. But hopefully I get to you know, it's kind of a bit frustrating that I can't actually jump into to give you guys the grid order, etc., because, you know, it's what Assetto Corsa Competizione actually does. I'm just going to see if I can actually try and get some of the grid, but I'll try and go through it. We've got Stefano Marchetto then making his PlayStation 4, well, not debut, but making a return to the PS4, guys, for a one-off, I believe, this evening. But hopefully there's poor old Jen is choking, but hopefully she's okay. But I'll soon figure out what the that the guys are going to be jumping on, so I'll have to try and figure out when the guys are coming through. I'm not too sure where they are on the circuit as of yet, because I can't flick to the cars and to the front at the moment, but because I've joined a bit later than planned. But hey ho, never mind. I am here. This is me. If you're wondering who Hoppers is for Thursday Night Racing League, don't worry, that car isn't mine, it's just one of the competitors. He's not made it out onto the formation lap. They are actually on the formation lap at the moment. But looking at the order then at the moment, it's JMR then. So James is on pole position for race number 1, the first of 2 35-minute sprint races. They do have another 5-minute qualifying, then it's followed by Lemos, Stansland. No, it's not, it's actually Yuri is in the Ferrari this evening. He's not in the famous Lamborghini Huracan that he famously races, but however, from what I've heard, it's Yuri's last it's his last race on PlayStation 4 before he heads off to PC. Yuri, why are you doing this to me, man? Why are you doing it? They're all coming through the final corner now, but hopefully when we get the green light I will jump on board with the action, just so the guys know, which we have. And there's actually been drive-through penalties already for a number of the cars. It's like Hells and Chris Allen, believe it or not, for what is a out of position in the green flag lap, or the formation lap, as Lemos tries to overtake already JMR for first place. But as you can tell, it's atrocious conditions at the moment, with the likes of Yuri actually racing the number 5 Ferrari, so it's actually copied JMR's livery for this evening. As I say, we've got around 15 drivers this evening. As the timing screen actually does a wobbler, but it's looking likely that Yuri's going to try and end as the Jeffries. Yeah, that's Jeffrey. He's gone off, or Jeffrey, but Jeffrey's actually there. Then you got quite a lot of cars. There's another McLaren 720S. Oh, they've come together there. The aquaplaned, it looks like CV Arena. I'm just going to try and pronounce the new guys' names as best as I can. I believe there is one off, but DZ Karting hasn't actually made a move from pit lane as of yet, so where he's got issues at the moment. But Stefano Marchetto making his return to the PlayStation 4 lobby for a one-off, I believe, but he is in the Mercedes AMG, the number 4 machine, the multiple champion of Thursday Night Race League. But he is there. But it is JMR then, followed by Lemos, followed by Yuri, and of course Stansland. At the moment, they do have to make a mandatory to pit stop, with whether it's just for tyres or fuel. But Stansland in the 444 Ferrari, in the green, black and green machine. As I say, DZ Karting hasn't made a move, but DC Joe then under pressure already from, I believe, Hells is taking his drive-through penalty early, purely because of out of position during the formation. Bit unfortunate for these guys, but we are here. We will be doing driver interviews tonight as well, as Stefano gets a bit crossed up there, but we'll see who's around in the field. Chris Allen in his famous yellow and black Ferrari, and then we've got Sly Pete, and followed by Steve. I don't know where EW is tonight. I don't know whether he's racing or not. We've got for Stars I do apologise if I butcher the name, but he's actually in the orange I can't remember exactly the team, but he's in one of the Lamborghinis, the 519 Lamborghini Continental GT. Future Revenge in a now red and blue Bentley Continental. He's changed the livery. Is DC Joe, I believe, has had a bit of an issue, whether it was issues with Stefano Marchetto, but he's gone off. But that corner seems to be catching people out at the moment. There seems to be aquaplane all over the place. I will be driving interviews after race number 2, guys. It is not after race number 1, purely because they will be jumping straight in back into the cars ready for the over 5 minutes qualifying. Then you got Urena in the 98 white and red, or is it red and orange? I can't remember top of my head. McLaren 720S. Then you got obviously DC Joe, and as I said, Hells in the Rocket Jensen Button 22 machine, and a DZ Karting hasn't made a move yet out of pit lane. That's a bit unfortunate for his first race, because that's cost him a bit. But JMR then still leading the race then on to lap number 3. We're still around 31 minutes, just under 31 minutes to go, as Chris Allen goes and takes his drive through. That's cost him quite a lot of time, no doubt, because they were out of position on the formation lap by the sounds of it, which is the stewards have punished them with a bit unfortunate. But you got Lemos, JMR still leading, followed by Lemos and of course Yuri at the moment. I'm going to get potentially Lemos, JMR and of course Yuri, and probably Stefano Marchetto in after race number 2. So it's quite a weird race set up tonight. It is the second sprint races of the season, the second set of sprint races, should I say. Last time out they were at Zolder. I missed that one. Unfortunately, I had stuff to sort out at home and I was unable to commentate. But we are here, we are on screen as well, so you get to see the voice of Hoppers in the commentary box. Hope everyone's enjoying their Thursday or Friday, or even the early hours of Friday, or the late afternoon of Thursday. But we'll see how well Yuri's currently. I'm going to interview Yuri because, as I say, it is his last one before he goes to the PC side of things. It's a bit unfortunate, but Stefano Marchetto tries to make a move on Stansland. I believe these two actually know each other in real life because I believe they are from the same country. I could be wrong, but Stefano Marchetto, the multiple champion of Thursday Night Racing races in PS5 these days. If you're wondering where Stefano Marchetto has gone, but he's made a one-off appearance tonight because the PS5 guys aren't racing until this time next week. So luckily that helps me out a bit to try and catch up. I believe Future Revenge is still there in 8th, yes, just double checking. It's a bit unusual seeing Stefano Marchetto in a Mercedes AMG, the famous AMG that got wrote off at Spa-Francorchamps a few seasons ago as well. He's not going to let me forget that one in a hurry. You've got Urina, or yeah, I'm going to try and pronounce people's names as best as I can throughout, the guys that are new to me. But let's see what's happening further up. Is JMR got in that close, well, extending that margin, should I say. It looks like he is at the moment in the number 55 Ferrari, the pink, black and green machine. You know, JMR's trying to push on it. He's literally trying to get away from Lemos, because if he gets held up with Lemos, or Lemos scores better, then JMR's not going to make it 3 from 3 titles this season. But I don't know what happened at Zolder last time out. It seems like there was a bit of, you know, JMR had a bit of an issue. But as I say, Hoppers is back in the commentary box for this evening, and I'm glad to be back after having just one race meeting away. But it looks like Lemos is pushing on. As I say, the next sprint races are at, I believe it's Suzuka, for the final sprint races of the season. Then we get into the nitty gritty with the Lexus Spa. I'm just going to double check the calendar while I'm just going to commentate here, because I think it's probably the right thing to do. Just why we have a bit of time to push on. But the calendar then is, of course, as follows. Yeah, it's Suzuka, then Spa, then of course Silverstone. So Spa and Silverstone are endurance races, whereas Suzuka in 2 weeks' time, so 2 weeks today, we head to Japan for the final sprint races of season number 7. And then we go to Spa, and then of course Silverstone to round up the season with, of course, the endurance races for season 7 of Thursday Night Racing League. And I'm really looking forward to this one, but there's a battle brewing between Yuri, I think it is between Yuri and Stansland at the moment. By the looks of it, Yuri's trying to escape as Stefano Marchetto now spoils the symmetry, because it was a Ferrari 1-3, but Stefano Marchetto, we know how this guy wants to race. He is on course to, he doesn't normally race in the PS4 division, but he is coming to make up the numbers for the grid, I believe. Though it's kind of weird why DZ Karting hasn't gone out of pit lane all of a sudden. Hopefully he races for race number 2. But at the moment, Stefano Marchetto then onto the podium. But as I say, I will get JMR, Stefano Marchetto, and of course Lemos, and of course Yuri in the comments box after the racing tonight. Purely because I want the words of Yuri, because he like you said, he is going PC in a couple of weeks, which is very disappointing. But I suppose when things are better and, you know, he wants to do better, he's still going to be involved in TNRL, but he's not going to be racing much on PS4, and I will miss Yuri indeed. As Future Revenge goes into pit lane, maybe to take a mandatory pit stop. 25 minutes to go then in the first sprint race of the evening. which is going to probably give us a bit of an indication. It looks like the rain is still having a bit of a monsoon conditions, but as you can see, Lemos trying to catch him up as best as he can. He is the reigning Season 6 and Season 5 champion. Is JMR in the 55 Ferrari, but who knows what's going to happen. You've got quite a few cars in pit lane. You've got Future Revenge coming out. Hells has gone in there, but obviously don't count DZ Karting for being out on track. He's actually not out on track at the moment, which is a bit I don't know whether he's just sitting out because it's his first race of the championship, which, okay, I understand that, fair point, I'm not going to complain, but it looks like there's going to be quite a bit of battles with JMR trying to push on. Let's see what's happening further back as the camera gets a bit wrong. We'll go on board with Stansland chasing after Yuri. You can see how much water's on that windscreen and how much rain is happening at Kyalarmi. It looks like there's been a thunderstorm, or there has been a thunderstorm before the racing. I believe it was wet for qualifying as well as free practice, but they don't get enough of free practice. I'm just going to double check the times of free practice. It was actually Stefano Marchetto that topped the tree in free practice, then JMR topped the tree in, of course, qualifying, but it seems to be that some of the season pros, or season now veterans, because JMR is a season veteran of JMR. He's been racing for a good number of seasons now, but to win 2 titles on the bounce is quite impressive. But Stefano Marchetto then, who is currently waiting to see what is going to happen. I don't know how well he's doing in the PS5 at the moment, but I'll find out later on when I do interview him. But at the moment then, Stansland trying to get up close and personal to, of course, Yuri, as in JMR's teammate. But it looks like we've got Hells still in pit lane at the moment. We've got Steve currently 6th, so the second of the Porsches, the grey, black and silver Porsche. He is there in 6th. We've got Sly Pete in 7th, Jeffrey in, of course, 8th, followed by DC Joe at the moment, chasing him down. They got Urena, then of course Floristario. I'm trying not to pronounce names very unmispronounced, but he's in the orange, black and green Lamborghini Huracan. A very nice machine indeed. Then you got Silverbeard, aka Chris Owen, in 12th, Future Revenge in 13th. Hell's still in pit lane with DZ Karting at the moment. Not too sure what's going on between them two, with around 22 minutes to go. Hopefully Hells does go out of pit lane, unless he's got substantial amount of damage on that McLaren. It's hard to tell, but because unfortunately the graphic will not tell me. But we've got Stefano Marchetto currently 3rd at the moment. Yuri still holding off Stansland for 4th at the moment. Excuse me, 4th place at the moment. It is going to be quite quick to see what's going to happen between these guys, but Yuri currently still in 4th at the moment. Still got to take a mandatory pit stop, but it is only for like 2 tyres or fuel, should I say. I do apologise, couldn't get my words out then. But it looks like Stansland's going to try and push on and try and catch up to Yuri, but JMR still leading the race then from Lemos and Stefano Marchetto. Stefano in the silver and orange Mercedes AMG. He raced it in season 3, only to be wrote off at Spa-Francorchamps. Try not to let that go, but but as you see, Yuri pushing on. He'll get away from Stansland. Steve still there in 6th, then Sly Pete currently in 7th, Jeffrey 8th, GC Joe 9th, Urena on his debut, CV Urena in 7th, followed by Floris Starizio, I believe. I'm going to try and not butcher his name, but then got Chris Allen, then of course Future Revenge, but then Hells and DZ Karting are still in pit lane at the moment. Not too sure why though, because as Yuri is currently under threat from, of course, Stansland. We're going board with Stansland. Look at the spray and water on that Ferrari. We'll use the helmet cam because that was a bit close to comfort. As Yuri breaks there, Yuri's actually in the Ferrari for the first time this season before he goes PC. But we'll soon figure out what's going to happen. Is Yuri going to regret going PC, or is he going to be happy? It's only time will tell. But I will miss Yuri because Yuri is a good racer. As I say, at the moment stuck in that things are ongoing. But you can see what's happening with Stansland there, trying to get past Yuri and the Ferrari as we throw the helicam up, and then we'll go back on board with, of course, Stansland chasing after, of course, Yuri, the Dutchman, versus, I believe, Stansland is Italian, but could be very interesting to see what happens. And we've still got Helsen, of course, DZ Gartin still in pit lane at the moment, as the gap is trying to decrease between JMR and, of course, Lemos at the moment. Lemos currently, I think he's currently championship leader by a few points between himself and JMR. I'll try and go through the points situation in the 5-minute qualifying. But as I say, with the races being thick and fast tonight, with 5 minutes of qualifying and then another 35-minute race, it's going to be very hard to try and concentrate exactly on championship points, etc. Because, as I say, 2 35-minute races. But Stefano Marchetto then isn't eligible for points in the PS4 lobby, I believe, because he races PS5. So it could be a very twist up for the podium. I believe Yuri is still holding on to 4th quite well at the moment. The rain doesn't seem to be slowing down at all with these guys. It seems to be absolutely atrocious conditions, as you can see on the camera angle here. But it's alright when it's the helicam because you don't see it throwing it down as much. But Stansland tried to get up close and personal to Yuri. You've still got Steve, then you've got Sly Pete. Yeah, is it Sly Pete? Sly Pete's now down to, of course, 9th place because DC Joe is now overtaken him, which we didn't see because we're too busy concentrating on the likes of Yuri and, of course, Stansland at the moment. But halfway through the race then, 17 and a bit to go in this race, the opening race of the evening here at Kyalarmi in South Africa, just outside of Johannesburg. But you see Yuri pushing on. These guys will have to still take a mandatory, whether it's a fuel or just top a bit of fuel up, because don't really need to change tyres unless they burnt out the wet tyres that much. But you can see Yuri literally pushing to still stay 4th in the race. He will score points because he is the PS4 driver until he goes PC. He hasn't got the rear rain light on though, but maybe that's his own preference, just so he doesn't like I say, we're halfway through the race then, with the likes of Yuri holding on for dear life to try and get away from Stansland. But Stansland has that number 444 Ferrari dialed up. I've no doubt I can see Stansland trying to make a move on Yuri as the race goes on. But then you've got Jeffrey, DC Joe thereabouts, then you've got Sly Pete, and then of course CV Urena pushing on. Chris Allen. Steve goes into pit lane then, so the first of the top 6 to go into pit lane, and you've got Chris Allen followed by Floris Starino. I do apologise if I butchered your name big time. You're new to me, so I do apologise. In the 519 Lamborghini Huracan. Then you've got Sly Pete also in pit lane, which is going to create a bit of confusion because the guys are, as I say, halfway through the race. JMR actually still leading, followed by Lemos, but Lemos has been overtaken by Stefano Marchetto. This is absolutely insane between the top 3. Even though Stefano doesn't race PlayStation 4 much, he's in for the PlayStation 4 lobby this evening just to make up the numbers, I believe, for the grid. But he's now 2nd place. Is he going to chase after JMR? I remember Stefano Marchetto a few seasons ago in the Bentley Continental GT having issues funny enough, at this corner, he went off, and then somehow the Bentley had electrical issues with 15 minutes to go in this race, but he had a couple of issues here at Kyalarmi as Lemos goes into pit lane then, as we do have a comment on stream. Just give me 1 second just to read that comment. It's alright, mate, no worries, I do apologise, I didn't know what was going on, mate. I was just thinking, what was going on, but no worries, mate, thank you. I believe there's just one mandatory pit stop, but it's just your discretion whether it's for fuel or tyres, mate, if I remember rightly. But that's okay, I believe you are new to the league, mate, so that's okay. But Stefano Marchetto, then Yuri goes into pit lane as well. So where does that bring Yuri? Because that's allowed stance land. And Lemos has come out in 4th, but I think that's put Yuri 5th. So it's dropped him. No, it's dropped him down a bit. I do apologise. It's actually dropped him down. That's dropped him down to 6th. Yeah, 6th place. So who knows what's going to happen with Yuri. But with 13.5 minutes to go in the opening race then. But JMR still then leading comfortably from Stefano Marchetto, and now Stansland with the likes of Lemos and of course Yuri making pit stops, and of course Fly Pete, and of course Future Revenge and Floristi Staro. I'm going to be butchering that name. The guy in the Lamborghini, I do apologise. I try my best with people's names. But at the moment, it looks like JMR still leading on. Stefano Marchetto now goes into pit lane. So multiple champion and multiple winner of Thursday Night Racing League is Stefano Marchetto. He goes into his pit box. Can't even get my words out. It's JMR as a comfortable lead, followed by Stansland, and of course Lemos goes through. There's a bit of battle scars on that Porsche on the front and side, and a bit of rear as well. He's had a bit of bother there, has he? Or is he just thereabouts? But Stefano Marchetto, look at this. Both of them. Stefano Marchetto comes out on a bit of a flyer there, out of pit lane. It's allowed him to jump back into 3rd. As I say, I will get some of the drivers in for a driver interview after race number 2 tonight, ladies and gents. But it's looking likely at the moment. We're going to be in for a bit of a interesting moment. I'm just going to the bathroom for a minute, but I will be back in a minute. I do apologise about that, ladies and gents, as JMR goes into pit lane. Just while it's gone though, stop go penalty for Urena. I'm going to see what that was about, because I might try and catch it on stream just for a minute or two, just to double check why he got that. It might flash up on my stream in a minute. But I believe it might have been speed in the pit lane or something. That's notably the issue for pit lane stop and go penalties. But JMR then still leads the race then, I believe. he is actually leading because JMR is there, not JMR. It is Lemos, I beg your pardon, but Lemos is still leading, followed by Stefano Marchetto. Just to have a look exactly what is going on, but Stefano Marchetto is still third, Jeffrey currently in fourth, then Yuri is currently fifth, followed by Stansland and Steve. They're battling for quite some time. I'll just double check that because there's a lot of things ongoing at the moment, trying to figure out why there was a stop-go penalty. But we'll see what's going to happen there, as Hells is still in pit lane for a rest. I don't blame you guys if you want to be there, but try to figure out why Urina's got the stop-go penalty. Is it because of speeding in the pit lane? No doubt, but it hasn't come up in my the stream as of yet for me. I'm trying to figure it out, but maybe it was for speeding pit lane, because normally it's a drive-through penalty for track limits, but it must have been for speeding in the pit lane. But JMR still leading then, followed by Yuri, currently trying to chase after Jeffrey for the time being, but that's cost Urina quite a bit of time now for that stop-go penalty. That's not going to be good. I think it was 30 seconds as well, so 8.5 minutes to go then. But we see Jeffrey still leading, followed by Lemos and Stefano Marchetto. But yeah, it was stop-go penalty has been cleared, so it must have been for speeding the pit lane, because normally you get stop-go penalty for speeding the pit lane, so no doubt it will be for that. But looks at the moment that Stefano Marchetto, Momolotto, the multiple champion of Thursday Night Racing League, currently in, of course, third place, but soon could be second place within the order. But it's quite interesting to see what Stefano Marchetto is trying to do, as Jeffrey still holding on for what is fourth place at the moment though. However, Stefano Marchetto currently chasing after Lemos. We'll go on board with Stefano's Mercedes AMG as we go on board with him, chasing after Lemos. You can see how atrocious these conditions are. I wouldn't want to be in that race car right now. I'm quite happy sat in the commentary box commentating. As you can see, Stefano trying to get up and close and personal to that not Mercedes. Oh, he's lost a bit of control there. Is that a complaint? It's actually the Porsche of Lemos. I do apologise. We're actually on board with the Porsche of Stefano Marchetto, the Mercedes of Stefano Marchetto, chasing after the Porsche of Lemos. He got a bit crossed up there, and I got a bit crossed up with my words. But JMR still leading then with 6 minutes and 41 seconds to go in this race, followed by Jeffrey, who's currently still in fourth, and Chris Allen to do his mandatory. I don't know whether the guys that were in pit lane to start with doing their drive-throughs are going to have to pit, but it's quite interesting to see what Stansland's going to do. Is he going to defend from Chris Allen for what could be 7th place? Got the likes of Hells and of course DZ Karting still sat in pit lane. They're actually having a moment or two. I think they're having a moment just to sit in pit lane. Not too sure why though, but it seems that they've took the sat in pit lane. I think maybe they thought, well, weather conditions are atrocious, but it's not brilliant when there's 15 races out on racing there, but they're not out on track racing. I think I hate to say this, but it'd be nice to have the guys to race on within Thursday Night Racing League for round number 4 out, as Lemos tries to push on. But you see JMR has the advantage at the moment for the first sprint race. He's done well round here. He actually won round here last season, believe it or not. But he's looking to try and get away from Lemos and actually try and say, you know, I want a third championship this season. But he's got just under 5 minutes to go as Jeffrey goes into pit lane then to take his mandatory. Whether he puts fuel or tyres in, I can't remember exactly whether it's just fuel or tyres or just one of the two. But it looks like Yuri's back up into fourth then, so we'll soon figure it out. But JMR then still racing with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Lemos still in second, Stefano third, now Yuri in fourth, Steve fifth, Jeffrey in, of course, sixth. Seems to be a fast pit stop there for the McLaren team, the 765 McLaren 720S. Then you got Chris Allen somewhere around here, probably going to make a pit stop very soon, but he's catching up to of course Jeffrey in sixth place at the moment, followed by Statslad, DC Joe, Future Revenge and Sly Pete for Stario, I believe. I do apologise if he is watching the stream or she's watching the stream that I'm mispronouncing your name. I do apologise for that. You are new to me, so I do apologise for that. And then you got Urina in 13th, but at the moment then JMR, who is comfortably driving the socks off that number 55 Ferrari, handling it very well indeed. But who knows what's going to happen between the likes of JMR and of course Lemos going into the second qualifying session for the second sprint race. It is only 3 minutes to go. I tell you what, it seems it's gone over in a flash very soon, but Lemos is under threat from Stefano Marchetto at the moment. But as I say, just under 3 minutes to go in this opening race here at Kyalarmi for round number 4 of the Thursday Night Racing League here for the PlayStation 4 Season 7. And yes, it is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. How is everyone doing? I'm pretty buzzing to be back after a week, well, almost 2 weeks away now. But you know, looking at qualifying, looks like JMR was escaped. But who knows what's going to happen? But I'm just trying to obviously see what happened in qualifying as Chris Allen goes into pit lane. So he's been overtaken by Stansland and probably no doubt being overtaken very soon by DC Joe. But going on to what could be the final up very soon is JMR. Lights to flag victory for this young man. Could be very interesting to see how well he does in race number 2, as well as the second qualifying session of the evening. It looks like the rain is not going to go anywhere, going to go away anytime soon. But JMR going to start calling him James the Rainmeister very soon. But he is about to cross the line and go on to the final lap. No doubt, I believe he is. It's going to tell me, yes it is. He's on to the final lap then. Final lap of race number 1 here at Kyalarmi as we join the battle for second place on the podium. We're on board with Stefano Marchetto, the Italian driver, multiple champion of Thursday Night Racing League as well, about to line up Lemos. What's he going to do? Is he going to try and make the move on Lemos? The Porsche driver seems to have a bit of the advantage at the moment. Stefano Marchetto, he's going to think about it. We'll go back on board with Stefano Marchetto's Mercedes AMG. This is where, oh, he's got a bit crossed up there. You can just see the wheel just having a bit of a twitch. Well, this is where it is going to be very close between the likes of Lemos, Stefano Marchetto, as well as a lap car ahead of them. Is that going to hamper them? But, you know, did I say Lemos or did I say JMR? JMR, I beg your pardon. Not JMR. Lemos is ahead of Stefano Marchetto. I do apologise, but that is Chris Allen. Is Chris Allen going to hold these two up to try and... Oh, Chris Allen dives out the way off track though. don't really want to be doing that, mate, because, you know, these guys will be battling. They'll flash their lights to say get out of the way, but Chairman's got a comfortable lead, but then he's got a lap car ahead of him. He's got the orange racing car of the Lamborghini of Felistario, I believe that is. But JMR coming through the final turn is about to take a lights to flag victory in race number 1 here at Kyalarmi for the Thursday Night Racing League Season 7. Round number 4 flashes the lights, but what's happening for the battle between Stefano Marchetto and of course Lemos? Lemos thinks about it, but Stefano Marchetto is going to try and go side by side across the line, but no, Lemos excuse me, Lemos takes, of course, second place, then followed by Stefano Marchetto. Tell you what a race that was in race number 1, but Yuri in 4th place then flashes the lights in a bit unfamiliar territory this evening for him, with Steve coming home in, of course, 5th place at the moment as the smoke flares go off. Bit of an off-putting, I bet, but you've got Floristario, Chris Allen and Urena in, of course, 11th, 12th and 13th. Then you've got Santaland coming home in, of course, 6th place at the moment. I tell you what, it is going to be a bit of a rocky ride going into race number 2, because this rain, as I say, is not letting go. It is not letting go at all in Kyalarmi this evening for round number 4 of the championship. And then Jeffrey in 7th place will be delighted with that. DC Joe in the top 8. This is all provisional results because of obviously stewards' inquiries, etc. And then you've got Future Revenge and Sly Peter almost having a battle towards the end, but the Bentley of Future Revenge has just got him. I believe Peter's just got Sly Pete there for 9th place, followed by 10th place. But that is the opening round, well, not the opening round, but the opening race of the evening here at Kyalarmi in South Africa for round number 4 of the Thursday Night Racing League. It looks like these guys are going to be going again very soon, but it is going to be absolutely crazy stuff within but they'll be getting ready for the second qualifying session of the evening. But we'll soon find out what's going to happen very shortly for the second qualifying session of the evening. But they'll be very close and comfortable. But they are getting ready then for the second of 5 minutes, so the second qualifying session. Just trying to see who goes out. There's quite a lot of cars already going out on track, because like I say, it is 5 minutes of qualifying. So I'm just going to catch up with a few bits and pieces just while they're on the out lap. But we'll see what happens. But as I say, there was a lot of things ongoing this evening. But DC Joe then, followed by DZ Karting. DZ Karting actually has made it out on the grid in the number 17 Audi R8. I forgot that car was on the grid this evening. But he is out for his hopefully, what he said he would be racing for race number 2, but he's it's going to be a bit of a weird one for these guys. Still, the rain's still here with just under 4 minutes to go. Qualifying session will be thick and fast here though. because it normally is. The likes of Future Revenge and Sly Pete haven't gone out for qualifying. But you've got the, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what Stefano Marchetto can do. Where is he? Currently there, but be very close to see what will happen between him and, of course, JMR, and of course Lemos going into the final race of the evening. But we've got come to just coming up to 3 minutes of qualifying left. So this is where it's going to be just an all-important 3 minutes of qualifying. Quite a few cars are just slowing down a bit just to get into the groove. But just looking at the likes of Yuri, and I believe that was actually JMR that was actually going through. Yes, it is JMR going through the final turn of the Kyalarmi circuit here in South Africa. And yes, it is the familiar voice of Hoppers in the commentary box. Hope everyone is doing well on this fine Thursday. But we'll see what happens. I believe the weather's going to look even better for the race at Suzuka, the third and final sprint races of the season at Suzuka in Japan. Hopefully I'll remember the corner names there as well. But it's good to be back in the commentary box. It's good to be back after 2 weeks away as well. Because last time, well, actually 3 weeks, because I actually didn't commentate when the guys were older. So it's good, as I say, it's good to be back. It's I had to take some time out, sort of stuff out at home. I'd been away for the weekend prior to commentating on the Thursday night, but I needed to sort stuff out because I've not been home for a week. Well, a weekend, should I say. But it's good to be back in the comms box for this round as well. I should be back, all being well, for the remaining of this season. And I am back, believe it or not, for season 8. So you'll have me back in the commentary box for the PS4 guys. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully next season we will have some amazing circuits as well, featuring back on the calendar. I'd love to go and visit Alton Park and go back to, of course, Snetterton as well as Donington. I might, because obviously, you know, things do change. But in news from Thursday Night Racing League, if you are watching the stream, guys, I'd like to announce that I am one of the PS4 admins alongside JMR for the PlayStation 4 guys. So I will be working alongside this guy currently on stream. Currently fastest in qualifying number 2 is JMR, so I'll be working alongside JMR for the PlayStation 4 guys, as well as the other admins for PlayStation TNRL, Thursday Night Racing League, purely because it's only fair, because I commentate on these you guys, and I feel like it's the right thing to do, because, you know, maybe the PlayStation 4 guys may need a bit of reassurance and whatnot for racing. But you got Future Revenge, Sly Pete and Hells in pit lane at the moment. It's a bit unfortunate to see why they're still sat in pit lane at the moment, but why we've got 10 seconds left of not commentary, but 10 seconds left of qualifying. Can't even get my words out tonight. Come on, Hoppers, you know better than this, mate. I'm joking. But Stefano Marchetto, then, multiple champion of Thursday Night Racing League, pole position with a 1:49.575 from JMR. It's 0.285 of a second at the moment, but this is absolutely going to be a very unreal. This is absolutely going to be close as you like for comfort between these guys at the moment. But you know, is JMR going to be able to get away from Stefano Marchetto? As I say, I'm going to get some of the drivers in after race number 2 tonight to hear their thoughts, the likes of Stefano, JMR and Lemos, and probably Yuri, if Yuri's up for it. I know it's his last one for the PlayStation 4 before he goes to PC, which I'm very gutted and disappointed about, but it is what it is. But it looks like Stefano Marchetto is going to be on provisional pole position. Yes, it does, because it looks like Lemos has only managed 3rd at the moment, so that is Lemos down in third at the moment. What could be, or what could come May for the second race of the evening? It looks like the likes of Stefano Marchetto is gone into pit lane. Lemos is still there, he's third at the moment. Jeffrey is there, but it looks like most people have done a lap. Slippy, Irina, Hells and Future Revenge didn't set a lap time in qualifying, which is a bit unfortunate for them guys, but hey ho, it is what it is. You know, some guys like to sit out qualifying, maybe because conditions might be not the best at the moment, but we're going to get ready for the second 35-minute race here at Kyalarmi, the penultimate sprint races of the season as well. As I say, next time out we are going to, of course, Suzuka in Japan. As I say, the rain hasn't escaped at all. It's not disappeared into the distance. It looks like it is going to be staying here for the time being for the round number 4 of Thursday Night Racing League, the PlayStation 4 lobby, Season 7. And yes, if you are watching the stream, it is of course the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. Please, if you are watching the stream, please like and subscribe to Thursday Night Racing League, because you do not want to miss the PlayStation 4 commentary. There is probably a chance in the not too far distant future that I will be going, you know, I will get a PlayStation 5 at some point. Not too sure when, but I will, if I do get a PS5, I will be going across over there, because the PS5 guys unfortunately don't have a commentator. But if not, then I will be still commentating for the PlayStation 4, but I may get both versions on the PS5, so then I can literally commentate on both of them. But for the time being, you've got me on PlayStation 4. As I say, you will have me for the full season of Season 8 for the PlayStation 4 lobby. Things have changed a bit since I last mentioned a few things. I don't know whether I mentioned it on stream, but I was applying for a temporary team leader role at work just while the guys are on the grid. And unfortunately I didn't get that, so I will be back commentating for the PlayStation 4 guys throughout Season 8, so I don't have to worry about, you know, jumbling that and trying to jumble going to work and whatnot. But you know, it is what it is. If I have to go to work I was meant to be at work tonight actually, but I am working now Sunday, so that's given me the night off so I can commentate for you guys. I would have missed actually tonight, as well as missed Zolder, so that would have been 2 meetings I would have missed. But nevertheless, we are back for this evening. I'm quite glad that I'm actually back in the commentary box. So let's see what race number 2 brings then. The rain hasn't gone away, as I say, as Stefano Marchetto then followed by JMR. DZ Karting is gone back into pit lane. There's something a bit I don't know whether he's just going to play it safe because the conditions aren't as well, but they're now allowed. Ooh, was there a change in qualifying 2? Yes, there was. Lemos has gone down to 4th, so it is now a Mercedes, Ferrari, Porsche, Ferrari, Audi. It should be technically Audi, Steve, Jeffrey, so then Porsche, McLaren, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bentley, McLaren. So it's a bit weird why DZ Karting hasn't gone out onto the grid. If he does go, he will be starting from pit lane, which is a bit unfortunate for him. But Stefano Marchetto then, multiple champion of Thursday Night Racing League. Excuse me. But I will look at the comments because I don't know, mate. Did you not press drive on the thing? If you press drive, mate, when you go to when the time runs, before the time runs out, then you line up on the grid, mate. I think. I won't worry about it, mate. Don't worry. You're new to the league, so you know, don't panic. As long as you you press drive and then you go out the pits when the green flag drops, you're alright, mate. But Stefano Marchetto then getting underway. That's okay. I'm sure you'll do your best, mate. I'm sure you will. Don't ever panic. It's one of them things that even the professionals, that even, you know, Stefano Marchetto's done it before, you know. So don't worry, mate. Won't stress. It's all good. I wish you all the best when you go out, mate. But Stefano Marchetto then, followed by JMR and Yuri. Yuri could get onto the podium this time. Favourite highlight of Yuri, though, getting a podium at Bathurst a few seasons ago, believe it or not, in the Lamborghini Huracan. So we'll see exactly how well it's going to go. It is the second and final race of the evening for the Thursday Night Racing League PS4 lobby. Round number 4 of season 7 here at Kyalarmi is the penultimate, well, the third to last sprint race. 2 weeks time we head to Suzuka in Japan for what is the penultimate sprint races of the season, and then we go to Spa, and then of course round up the season at Silverstone. I believe Silverstone is going to be wet, but who knows what's going to happen there when we get into the season finale. It has been notorious, but like I say, Silverstone will be a wet race. And I'll tell you what, it is going to be very close as we get ready for the green light and the green flag ready to drop. It is lights out and away we go then for the last time here at Kyalarmi for season 4. But who's going to get the jump? It looks like the Ferrari twins and of course Lemos. It could be 3 wide going down the front straight, but let's see what's going to happen. It looks like it's 3 wide going into turn number 1. Oh. Look at this. This is how close you want it to be. I believe that is Jeffrey running a bit wide. Is DZ karting pit lane? Yes, he has his, but hopefully he picks up the pace. But Stefano Marchetto still leading from JMR. Was it Lemos? Bit of contact. Bit there's a bit of contact. I caught the end of that just about. But was that contact between DC Joe? I think it might have been. Just trying to figure out, because the stream doesn't seem to. Yes, it was DC Joe that got fired into the barrier as Jeffrey also goes off. Oh, he's in a bit of a predicament there. Jeffrey's gone. I'm not too sure what happened there. Can I actually get it on the replay? No, I can't, which is a bit unfortunate. It's a bit annoying, that, because I could have easily caught that up on the stream as now that's now thrown the camera wobbler right. Not the best, but Yuri is somewhere. Might have to throw the helicam up, because that's, you know, when I was trying to see, but Yuri's down in 7th. Oh no, but that's not good for Yuri's final PlayStation 4 race. Good luck to Stefano Marchetto, now leading the race from Lemos, followed by JMR. JMR's got to try and push on to get into the lead of this race. He needs to literally get thereabouts as we get Steve up into 4th, then Silverbeard, aka Chris on 5th, Stansland 6th, Yuri 7th, Sly Pete in, of course, 8th, Hell's 9th, DC Joe in 10th. I believe, looking at the graphic, it is DC Joe followed by Urina for Risti Stario is there, then DZ Carter in Future Revenge and Jeffrey are in pit lane. Maybe a bit of contact for them early on, but with Stefano Marchetto then leading the race with around 32.5 minutes to go. This could be a long, well, not a long race, but it will be a very close but comfort race for these guys this evening, with the likes of Lemos and JMR. Excuse me. Trying to push on the regulars of the PlayStation 4 lobby, but at the moment Stefano Marchetto then is leading the race, followed by Lemos and JMR. Steve is there, Chris Allen is there, Stansland, and then you got Yuri. Yuri's trying to catch them up as best he can. Hopefully Yuri ends up on the podium for his final race, but you never know. But then you got, of course, Hells, Sly Pete, and then you got Urina Faristi Stario But then you got DC Joe, DZ Karting. Oh, DC Joe goes on late on the brakes. Which then allows DZ Karting to get through in the number 17 Audi R8. But I'll tell you what, this could be very much a bit of, oh, there's almost a bit of contact between the pair of them. A bit of a scary moment there for the Audi and Ferrari driver there almost. But then you've got Future Revenge and then of course Jeffrey at the tail of the field at the moment. As I say, this rain is not going any way, shape or form. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But you never know. But who knows what's going to happen there, because it is going to be a bit of a battle. Let's see what's happening further behind. Well, further up in front, shows over 30 minutes, just coming to 30 minutes to go. So it is JMR, Lemos, Stefano Marchetto, Yuri. As I say, I'm going to try and get some of the guys in the comments box after the racing to talk about their evening. I'm going to definitely get Yuri in. And I'll definitely get Stefano Marchetto in, because I want these guys to be in the comments box for this evening, because we'll see what's happening at the moment. But Lemos is we'll see what happens at the moment with the likes of Stefano Lemos and Yuri. Well, Yuri's there, but Chris Allen 7th, Sly Pete in, of course, 8th, followed by Hells and Urina. Urina's going to try and catch up to Hells at the moment. Sly Pete as well. It's a McLaren sandwich, literally. A yummy McLaren sandwich. But it looks like Hells has gone a bit wide there, going into the back straight of the back couple of corners there. But it looks like Sly Pete's going to hold off as DZ Karting gets a bit sideways there, with DC Joe hot on his heels there, and then Future Revenge and of course Jeffrey rounding up the field. But we'll soon figure out what's going to happen here. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But Stefano Marchetto is currently in first place, followed by Lemos and JMR. Then you've got Steve 4th at the moment, Stansland trying to catch on. Yuri is currently, Yuri spun. Yuri has spun. That is not going to do his credentials any good. I didn't see exactly what happened there for Yuri, but I'm sure he'll tell us when I get him in the comments box. But he's dropped right down to 10th place. That's not good for the Dutchman. But we'll soon figure out. That's not going to be the best for Yuri. As I say, Yuri going to PC as of the rest of this season. But it's going to be very close, close for comfort. But we'll soon find out what is going to happen. But Yuri currently down in 10th place then. But as I say, this rain isn't going away with around 28 minutes to go. Stefano Marchetto gets onto the dirt. Race leader does not want to be doing that, because Lemos will catch him, literally catch up to fight earth, fire and wind, to literally go quicker and quicker if he's not careful. But Lemos still there, and of course second place, followed by JMR at the moment, followed by Steve, Stansland and then Chris Allen. Yes, but we'll soon figure out what's going to happen with a few of the guys. But who knows what's going to happen. But you got Hells there, currently in 7th. Urina currently under pressure from Yuri from what's now 9th place, but 27 minutes to go then in the final race of the evening. This is always DZ Karting spins it. I think it's that corner that's caught everyone out just about. Oh, very lucky not to take everyone else out with him, but that's lucky that kind of like future revenge, and of course Jeffrey are far behind at the moment, so that's quite lucky to spin it round. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But if you are watching the stream, guys, please do like and subscribe to Thursday Night Racing League. I'm sure we would love quite more subscribers, and I would love if you could subscribe, because you will see the PlayStation 4 guys in action every other fortnight with the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. This is me, by the way, on the camera, just where above the timer, or below the timer, should I say. But I never used to put my face on camera when I was doing commentary, but I've done it now, so the guys can see a commentator instead of shouting down the headset and excuse me, and then thinking what was going on. But JMR then in the Ferrari, the number 55 Ferrari. As I say, we're not even halfway through the race yet, but we've got Steve Stansland, Chris Allen, Felicisti Stario. I'm going to end up butchering that name big time. They've got DZ Karting, and then you've got Hell's Urena, and now Yuri's now dropped down to 11th. What's happened to Yuri? As CV Urena has gone off. That's a bit unfortunate. Commentator's cursed as he's gone into pit lane. It's a bit unfortunate. Has he had damage, or has he picked up an issue? But don't really want to say he's rage quit, because that's not going to look good for the debutant for this evening. So Yuri's back up at 7th side, Pete in of course 11th, and then you got DC Joe that's struggling to get into pit lane. Shows how treacherous this Kyalarmi circuit is in, of course, the wet weather conditions at the moment, with around 24.5 minutes to go in the final race of the evening here at Kyalarmi. But who knows what's going to happen. Stefano Marchetto holding on quite well at the moment. Lemos still there, and of course second, JMR third, Steve fourth, Sansland fifth, Chris Allen in, of course, 6th place with Felicisti Stario. Stars as well. I'm going to butcher people's names big time tonight, but we'll soon find out what's going to happen. No worries, mate. How are you, Leon? Nice to have you, mate. Nice to have you. But this is what I also do outside of, and I'm going to plug it just for a minute. What else I do outside of Hopper's Motorsport Vlogs, mate? So yes, thank you for joining the stream, my friend. And you get the best of me as well. Get the best of my voice and face as well. So thank you for liking and subscribing, mate. It means a lot to these guys. But yeah, so Stefano Marchetto, then multiple champion from Italy, and well, multiple champion of the Thursday Night Racing League community. He's one of the admins, but he has decided to come back and race for this evening. So it's very much heavily involved in the Thursday Night Racing League. But we'll soon find out what's going to happen there, with the likes of Lemos still holding on. DC Joe is still in pit lane, with CV Urena still out there. I don't know. Well, in pit lane, don't know whether. Oh, it is, mate. Absolutely all in the name of racing. You know, I've been commentating on this series for quite some time, actually. But I enjoy it. But Lemos then still in second, then followed by JMR third, Steve in fourth, Stansland trying to catch him up and put him under pressure. Number 444 Ferrari. But we'll soon see what exactly is going to happen. I'm just double checking I'm still heard on stream. But you can see Stansland tried to chase after the Porsche there. Chris Allen in sixth. As I say, I'm going to butcher people's names big time if I struggle to pronounced, but then got DZ Karting, excuse me, trying to catch him up in the 17 Audi R8, both engined by an Audi vehicle, so they're going to try to catch each other up. So we've got 21.5 minutes to go. Then you've got Hells trying to catch these two up as well. Yuri currently down in 10th. Yuri's having a bit of a shocker after an impressive qualifying to get 3rd place for his final PS4 race of the season. But hopefully he is going to be back. Hopefully catch up with Yuri, and we'll see exactly how well that's going to pan out. But at the moment then, Sly Pete currently in 11th, Future Revenge, Jeffrey, DC Joe are your ones. That's all there. Urina's actually gone out on track, whether it's just a mandatory pit stop because he had too much damage, but he is currently 3 laps down with around Stefano Marchetto in 1st place, around onto lap number 8, what by looks of it. Let's have a look. Yes, he's on lap number 7. I do apologise. I thought he was on lap number 8, but he will be on lap number 8 very soon. There's a yellow flag somewhere. That is DC. No, it's DC Joe. He's gone off at the penultimate turn. He's got to be careful there. But has he had an issue, or is he? Looks like he's had an issue again, because he looks like he's about to. No, he's going to dive into pit lane, but he's not. He's actually staying out. I think he's just letting the others go, but might have caught a puddle there. But 20 minutes to go then in this second and final race of the evening. It seems to be that Stefano Marchetto then is all going to be very close for comfort. It could be a lot of things ongoing, but who knows what's going to happen. But you've got Stefano Marchetto then still leading from Lemos, followed by JMR. A bit of gaps at the moment, but Steve's trying to, Steve's trying to get away from Stansland at the moment, but we'll soon figure out what's going to happen here. But could be a lot of things, but as I itch my beard, which isn't very attractive for stream, but nevertheless we'll see what happens with Stansland trying to catch up to Steve at the moment, with Chris Allen still there, and of course 6th DZ Karting in 7th, followed by Felicity Stereo trying to get away from Hells in that 22 McLaren, the Jensen Button rocket car. But we'll soon find out what's going to happen there. But could be very close for comfort between a couple of cars very soon. Yuri still 10th, Sly Pete in of course 11th, as I say, Future Revenge in 12th, followed by Jeffrey and DC Joe 13th and 14th, with Urina 15th at the moment. But Lemos then is the first to blink out of the top 2 in the race then, which then now allows JMR to literally get into 2nd place. That could be a very decisive situation, or very decisive very decisive strategy, because that's now dropped him down to 5th place, no doubt, just as the other two go over the start finish line. But could be a very interesting move for Lemos at the moment, maybe thinking, well, I've got to wait till the other guys literally jump in to pit lane. We're almost at the halfway stage of the race for the final race of the evening, but who knows what's going to happen there. But could be very close between the pair of them. But Stefano Marchetto then, as Yuri is the first of the Ferrari, well, second of the Ferrari drivers, but the first of JMR and of course Yuri, they're both teammates. But Yuri's normally a Lamborghini, but as I say, it is his last one before he heads off to PC, so we'll see what he can do. It's a bit unfortunate he's down in 11th at the moment, but I've got to know these guys quite well, and some of the guys that are going on to pastures new kind of feel a bit emotional, as we are now going to hit the halfway stage of the race, just about, I believe. No, we're not. I believe it's around about 15 minutes that we get halfway into the race. as Stefano Marchetto heads into pit lane, and race leader in he goes. JMR also blinks into pit lane. It could be a battle between Stansland and Steve to get into pit lane. It could be, unless them two go into pit lane. No, they don't, but Stefano and of course JMR go into pit lane, so that's allowed Steve and Stansland. But then not JMR, Stefano Marchetto. I thought he was getting going then, but he hasn't. But he's now got to be careful, because Lemos is now coming out of pit lane. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This is, I told you, Lemos was playing a different strategy to these guys, but you can just see that Stefano Marchetto in a bit of fuel into that Mercedes AMG, but around just under 16 minutes to go then. Chris Allen and DZ Kart in Hells is in pit lane, so he's another one to tick off. Floristi, yeah, not much struggle. I nearly pronounced it correctly before, but Floristia Stastazario. It's Italian, so I do apologise if I butchered his name completely badly. You got Sly Pete as well to take a mandatory, as well as CV Urena to take a mandatory. But at the moment, battle for the race lead then between Steve and Stansland. Stansland trying to get away from, well, trying to get close to that Porsche. I don't want this to end in tears, because these two might have a decent battle with 15 minutes to go, and we actually are now at almost the halfway point of the race. It probably hasn't told me, because the cameras are not messed up trying to figure out what happened earlier on in the race. But CV Urena goes into pit lane, so Lemos, Stefano Marchetto and JM are technically now going to be your top three in the race, once the top two, the Steve and Stansland, Stansland actually goes into pit lane. So that is now going to be the top, almost the top two, as Lemos is under pressure from Stefano Marchetto. As I say, 14 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Look at the rain, it's not still disappeared from what it did prior to race number 1 this evening. There's quite a lot of things ongoing with a lot of things, so we'll see how close it's going to get. But who knows, there's a yellow flag somewhere, but I didn't see that one. But Floristi Stiario is now in pit lane. Stefano Marchetto still trying to chase after Lemos. Jeremiah will be onto the podium. Chris Allen will be there. So you've got DZ Karting and Sly Pete to take mandatory with 13.5 minutes to go. But Stefano Marchetto is all over the back of Lemos at the moment. This is absolutely going to be unreal between the pair of them. And I'll tell you what, we're in for a good battle towards the end of the race then. It is going to be tooth and nail though, however. But we'll soon figure out what's going to happen there. But there's a lot of things happening with these guys. I'll tell you what, if you are watching the stream, guys, thank you for tuning in on this glorious Thursday evening. But as I say, there is a lot of things that I do try and work out between my job and this, as well as promoting Hopper's Motorsport Vlogs. But I won't promote it as much. But Steve goes into pit lane as Stefano Marchetto right on the gearbox, and Lemos going out in the final turn. So there's three cars, maybe. There's quite a few cars that need to make their mandatory. There's Chris Allen, DZ Karting and Sly Pete. I don't know whether CV Urena is just sitting there just to ride it the rest of the evening out, sat in pit lane. But fair play, they are new. Some of the guys are new this evening, so I'm not going to blame them if they decide to stay out a bit or sit in pit lane. But we'll soon get to find out exactly what's going on. But 12 minutes to go then in the final race, this final sprint race of the evening here at Kyalarmi for round number 4 of season 7 of the Thursday Night Racing League PlayStation 4 lobby. And I'll tell you what, Hoppers is glad to be back. I am glad to be back after 2 weeks, or maybe now 3 weeks away from the commentary box. But hopefully you guys get to see pretty much even better racing at, well, more decent racing, should I say, at Suzuka. It is going to be a blast. Suzuka is the the final sprint races of the season, whereas tonight is the penultimate ones, but we do have 2 more of them, and that is coming up in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks today, we will be at Suzuka. That will be the 22nd of June. So we're getting to the nitty-gritty part of the race then, with around 11 minutes to go then. 11 minutes to go in this race. Is Stefano Marchetto going to make it? Oh, as Lemos goes off. Lemos has gone off! No! This is exactly what he doesn't want, but then he's getting alongside Stefano Marchetto. He clawed back just a bit of a smidge, but he's not been able to do it. He's 1 second behind Joe Mar. Is Joe Mar going to be invited to this party? Is he going to be invited? Joe Mar could smell these two in front of him and probably thinking, if you two come together, I'm going to be that unwanted guest that comes to your party and gate crash. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows, ladies and gents? This is why I love commentating. This is why I love doing what I do for these guys. It's absolutely unreal. Lemos is still catching up to, of course, Stefano Marchetto at the moment. Stefano, the Italian stallion, literally on rails at the minute. As I say, I will get some of the guys in the commentary box just to join. I'll tell you what. It is going to be it's been a good season for some of these guys that are going on to pastures new. Stefano Marchetto, however, races in PlayStation 5, but he's come on tonight to have a bit of fun and have a bit of banter with the guys, and probably give me a bit of banter later on. But fair play to him at the moment, with the likes of JMR still 3rd, Chris Allen still circulating 4th at the moment, but Sly Pete goes into pit lane, and that's now allowed some of the guys to overtake him. DZ Karting is another one to take his mandatory, but we've got 9 minutes 25 left on the clock, but anything can happen. I remember commentating around here season 2, when we first came here, I believe. The server did crash, and we're halfway through. I think we're actually at the halfway point when that happened, in season 2, where the server crashed, and we had to rerun it at the end of the season. And I remember a certain Luke Barnard, who is the main admin of Thursday Night Racing League, crashing on the formation lap. So we've had a bit of fun around here, but I love commentating around here. I've commentated on and off for quite some time now with these guys, but looks like Chris Allen goes into pit lane then, so he is one of the penultimate guys to pit with 8.5 minutes to go. But I believe Lemos might get a whisker and a bit of a sniff to try and catch up to Stefano, but all depends on certain things, as JMR is also there. He's catching great speed of knots. Hoppers, they're not boats, mate, they're cars. But yes, I love commentating. It's something I've worked on as an art, and it's really good to literally jump on and do some amazing commentary. As I say, we are probably been halfway through the race, so it's not told me, because obviously when I looked at the replay, it doesn't tell me whether they're on final lap or stuff's happened now, but hey ho, never mind. But I know who's leading and whatnot. DZ Karting still there in 5th place, probably a comfortable 5th place if he decides to take his mandatory very soon. But he's got Yuri about to get a lap, is he? Yes, he is. Oh, poor old Yuri. He's a lap down. It's soon to be 2 laps down. Poor old Yuri's had a bit of a disappointing final round of him, because he's going to PC. It's a bit unfortunate for Yuri, the Dutchman. YBR, the Dutchman. I'll be honest, I am going to miss Yuri when he goes to PC. but still be in contact because he is part of the admin team at Thursday Night Racing League. As I said before, I have recently joined the admin side of things for the PlayStation 4 lobby, which I'm looking forward to being part of, which gives me great pleasure to announce that to you guys. But we'll see what Stefano Marchetto is going to do. He's got around 6.5 minutes to get away from Lemos, as JMR will try and catch him. As I say, I'll try and get the likes of JMR, Lemos, and of course, Stefano, Lemos, JMR, and of course Yuri into the comms box just to hear their thoughts and opinions, and probably have a bit of banter at the same time, because we don't normally catch up prior to racing these days. I do, obviously now I feel like my voice is in check. Normally I lose my voice by this point in commentary, but it seems that's obviously this evening seems to be a bit of a easy race for me, but DZ Karting is now down in 8th. Excuse me, I do apologise, yawning away. But I'm not saying the race is boring, because it's not. I didn't get a best night of sleep last night. There's DZ Karting down in 11th now, which is a bit unfortunate for him. That is not JMR, before anyone asked, it's actually Yuri. But we've got 5 minutes to go then. Stefano Marchetto holding on for 5 minutes. As I say, this race will be probably over at 9:25 UK time, 10:25 Central European time, and 5:25 if you race in the States. So it looks like at the moment then we've got a bit of a battle on. Well, it's not a battle. Why have I said it was a battle when I know it was Yuri? There's always a commentator's curse and always a commentator's mistake, because JMR is actually closing to Lemos at the moment, but he's got 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go until that checker flag does drop. DZ Karting, it looks like he has made his mandatory. Whether Time Screen Tower has not told me that, but I'll soon figure it out very soon. But soon figure it out. But DZ Karting's actually made a mistake, as I was concentrating on that. But soon figure out what's going on. 4 minutes left then. 4 minutes left of this race then. Final sprint race of the evening. There's another yellow flag somewhere. Oh, someone's gone into pit lane. That is DZ Karting. And he joins Urena into pit lane. Maybe he's going to sit out the last couple of laps then, as we get into the final stages of the Thursday Night Racing League, round number 4 of season 7 in the PlayStation 4 lobby at Kyalarmi. I tell you what, Lemos is looking likely. He made a bit of a mistake there. 3.5 minutes to go. Is JMR going out to catch him this time round and take the spoils and take second place, take a win and second place? His title nemesis and his title protagonist from previous years, Lemos. Let's find out. As I say, I do apologise. Bit late to the party. Well, bit late to the party, a bit late to the stream this evening, as I believe that was actually DZ Karting quitting out. He's got a bit of an issue with that Audi R8. That's a bit unfortunate on his debut. But Stefano Marchetto then, currently heading the field, going to take a win. Probably been a bit of an overdue win for him on PlayStation 4, but it feels a bit weird being on a PS5 than a PlayStation 4, but fair play to him. I'll tell you what, it's good to have him back on the grid for a one-off, even if it is a one-off, but it is very good indeed, as JMR is actually literally catching Lemos minute by minute, or should I say second by second. I do apologise. There's always mistakes in commentary, guys. I'm not going to say I'm the brilliant commentator, but I am. These guys love having a stream, and I loved giving them a stream. As he gets past his teammate Yuri's probably, I don't know what's going through Yuri's head at the moment, probably swearing in Dutch at the moment, thinking, I had a good qualifying and now this. But nevertheless, hopefully we get to hear Yuri's thoughts and opinions very soon. But Stefano Marchetto then is coming through to the final turn to go on to the final lap then. The final lap of the final race of the evening here at Kyalarmi. Is he gonna win this race, or is he... I don't know if he's eligible for points though, but he's on to the final lap. So Stefano Marchetto is on to the final lap, as well as Lemos. Lemos is there, and then you got JMR, the number 55 Ferrari. But it's looking likely that everyone has done the mandatory pit stop apart from Urino. He's 10 laps down. It's a bit unfortunate. He did go back out on track, but now he's 10 laps down. That's a bit unfortunate for him, but it looks like Lemos is going to be a bit under pressure from JMR. But you know, is Yuri backed off, or is he? No, he's carrying on. He's carrying on. Fair play. 50 seconds left then, guys and girls. Hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight, guys. As I say, it's been good to be back in the commentary box. Stefano Marchetto then fires his way towards the penultimate couple of turns then of Kyalarmi. It's going to be a very interesting chat, no doubt, with Stefano Marchetto, multiple champion of Thursday Night Racing League. Races normally in the PlayStation 5 lobby these days, and JMR currently third, Lemos in second. It's going to be a very interesting end to the race for these guys. But then you've got Yuri down in 11th. I feel sorry for Yuri, because he is a very established racer. But I tell you what, Stefano Marchetto then coming through the penultimate couple of turns now. He is about to take a victory from pole position as well, to take the final race of the evening. Not too sure if he's eligible for points, but I tell you what, he's done very well indeed to get that first win, and probably an overdue win. Lemos in second, then JMR finishing third. Fair play to JMR. And I'll tell you what, Yuri on his final race, 11th. I thought he was going to do so well tonight, but never mind, Yuri. I'll grab you guys into the comments box very soon. I'll tell you what, Steve, of course, in fourth. I'll wait till everyone's crossed the line so I can get the guys into the comments box. Some of the guys into the comments box for what could be a very interesting conversation within the guys at TNRL. But if you have liked the stream, guys, please do like and subscribe. It would help me massively, because I do love to commentate inside. And I'll tell you what, it's a bit weird because, you know, as I say, I do a lot of things outside of commentating as well as my job. And of course, as I stated before, Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs, I'm sure the guys won't mind me plugging that in. But Stance landing 5th, then Silverbeard, aka Chris Allen, and of course 6th, Hells 7th, Jeffrey 8th, Future Avenger 9th, Felicity Stario, and of course 10th place Yuri, 11th Sly Pete, and of course 12th, followed by none other than DC Joe. Sadly, CV Arena 11 laps down in the it can be, mate, it can be a bit of a handful sometimes, don't get me wrong. I'm just going to invite some of the guys into the comments box for this evening. See if I can find a few of the guys, because I'd love them to jump in the comments box with me. In fact, what I might do is, give me 1 second, guys. I will go and join their party. Just be warned, there will be some swearing. Let's see what's going to happen. But let's see. Hello, I am here. Hey up, I am here. I'm going to join you lot instead of trying to get everyone in one by one. But I am here, I am here. Bit late than I was going to be originally. But I missed one qualifying, but at least I was back for the other one. How are you guys? How are we? I'm pretty decent, but a bit emotional because you're leaving. But do you want to give me the money? Do you want to give me the money? But all I can say is, you know, hats off to you, mate. You know, it's good to have you on the grid just for one last time. But I will. Yeah, I'm sure I think we'll have a bit of fun off season. I might jump on track and see what I can do. It's only connected to the Xbox, mate. It's not connected to anything else. Yes. But yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? Racing. Oh.
You sent it. I don't.
Hey, I thought you two were going to play tactics and finish on the podium for the last race. That's what I kind of thought.
All out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It was good.
Fair enough. But
I'm glad you didn't spin back onto the track, Yuri. I'm glad you didn't spin back onto the track. That would have been interesting. Yeah.
Final race.
Yeah. Yeah.
But fair enough.
Race one was mega. I thought I got a penalty when I went on the entry to the pit lane because I must have done it like with 1 mile an hour to spare or something as I went into the pit lane. Yeah, it was close.
I think that's half the issue round here, though, isn't it? And going round every other track, it's like you've got to be careful with pit entry, because as soon as you try and hit the pit, yeah, because with the limiter and whatnot, it's very weird.
I don't know. It wasn't illegal, I promise. Yeah, I know. I don't actually know how I did it. It must have been that pit entry. I just...
I don't know, mate. You have a final race, but then something else happens, mate. What's going on? I'm joking. I'm joking, by the way. It's well, it's a bit nice to have a bit of difference, isn't it?
Exactly. Man of the people, Yuri.
But I'm just gonna have a bit of a chat with you guys because I've not spoke to you guys for a bit. You know, it's been a bit. But I feel like, you know, and Yuri's going to PC. You're normally on now PS5 now, Stefano. And it's a bit weird because it's kind of like a bit of a reunion. But was this what? Yeah, no, we talk on Discord, but to actually talk like this now, it's quite nice to literally have a bit of a chat, because I try and obviously get you guys involved as best as I can after a race, and obviously I thought JMR was actually going to catch Lemos at the last couple of laps in race 2.
Oh, I was pushing so hard, man, mate.
I was thinking you were going to catch him, mate, because I don't know what the championship table was like after Zolder. I don't know what happened at Zolder because I missed it. But
we don't need to talk about Zolder.
No, we don't. From what you told me the other day, I didn't really want to ask, and it's probably none of my business and whatnot. But it's good to be back in my natural habitat, I must admit.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, it is 25 to whatever time it is over there. But
take it easy, mate.
Nice one. Oops.
Bedtime,
No rules, mate. We'll let you go because you are up early, mate. I'll catch up over the weekend, mate. Yeah, no rules, mate. I'm going away on Monday, so it might have to be over the weekend, mate. All right, dude.
Alright, take it easy, mate.
See you in a bit.
That was crazy. I was pushing really hard to get them off. I made just no. What was it? Jesus.
Wow.
I did a 48.9 in their second race, but. I saw you doing 49.4 was at the race 1 at the start, and I was like, oh god, he's going to catch me so quickly. Yeah, I know. You probably would have put me more under pressure if you'd stayed out a bit longer, yeah. Absolutely.
All I'm going to say is
shiny silver of that Merc from a mile off.
you can't miss that Merc though. It's one that he heavily wrote off at Spa-Francorchamps in one of the seasons. Yeah, I know you did. I remember that race quite well because I remember seeing the car go off at Eau Rouge and I'm radio and I thought, oh shit. I realised I'm still live. Realised I'm still streaming. Oops. Never mind. But fair play, guys. You know, it's been nice to be back, as I say, back in my natural habitat, and it's nice to have you back on the grid for one-off, Stefano. You know, it's weird not having you there. Yeah, yeah. It's
Stay.
please do it. Try and do it every other fortnight, because we'd love to have you back. I know you'd rather race PlayStation 5. I get that, mate. I get it completely. But it's nice to have you. You're not. Oh, of course you can. Yeah, I forgot about that. Silly me. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have you for a one-off, mate. Even if it is a one-off, because yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true, mate.
Alright, I'll make sure to end that streak then.
But James, how is everything for your season, mate, at the moment? Because obviously we're getting to the sharp aim.
Yeah, good at the moment. Obviously Zolder wasn't great for me. I think I just lacked pace compared to the Porsches.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah.
I was kind of expecting that going into it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of the season. Spa should be good for the Ferrari.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the rain race at the end as well.
Cool.
So
that's
yeah, hopefully going to go for that.
That's something that's something we're going to have to prepare for, because obviously we go to Suzuka next for 2, and the final rounds, not final rounds, but final sprint races of the season. And
Yeah.
I think
That will tempt you, Mama, surely. Suzuka.
He goes well round there, though. He goes well. He goes well. But well, that's what I say, mate. You've done every time when I've commentated on the first time round when we went to Suzuka, you did well round there. But I do, mate. I remember. Yeah, something happened to you, didn't it? Yeah, I remember quite well. Yeah, I remember quite well. That's why we'd rather have you back, so then you don't get any distractions and stuff like that.
He just wanted to show off.
He just wants to show his pure speed. That's what he does. But I said in commentary about sort of idea for racing next season. Tracks I'd like to go and visit back is like Alton Park, Bronze Hatch, Snetterton, Donington.
Yes.
We need to try and get some of them back, and I'd love to try and I'd love to get some. Love to try and get some more old school tracks back in that we've had previously.
Maybe a multi-class Alton endurance over the summer could be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, we can do that. Yeah.
If you let us know when it is, and if it doesn't clash with work and you want it streamed and you want a commentator, get me to come. I'll jump on.
That would be excellent.
I know we're still streaming, but at least it's getting people notice what we actually plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you could have. Yeah, because that would be. That'd be good. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, we'll get that organised.
Right, I'm gonna wrap up stream, but I'll still talk to you guys. But I don't have to say goodbye to everyone because there's not many people watching. I don't think. Say that there's about 4 people watching.
Join the Discord, guys.
They'll know that.